Seek the truth, Jeremiah 5:1. John 18:37, Yahusha answered. And he's answering Pilate. He says, you say that I am a king. To this end I was born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone that is of the truth hears my voice. You hear this? He didn't say, oh yeah, I'm a king, and I'm here to take over the world. I'm going to conquer Rome, and then I'm going to establish myself with a nice crown and an ivory throne where Solomon used to be. No, he didn't say that. He said, I came here not to become the king in your eyes. I came here to testify to the truth. And everyone that is of the truth, everyone who loves the truth will hear his voice. You see this? This is a true proposition. And you will discover, those of you who say, well, look, I'm interested in knowledge. If you're interested in knowledge for just the purposes of knowledge, and you want something consistent, okay, then pursue logic. But if you want the truth, you need to pursue what the truth claim is. And the truth claim is, I am that I am. That is the fundamental truth of all of creation. But Pilate said back to Mashiach, he says, hey, what is truth? What is truth? We're in Rome. We don't know what truth is. We don't have the slightest idea. Okay. 22. This is from chapter John 14, 6 through 9. And Yahusha said unto him, I am the way and the truth and the life. I am the way and the truth and the life. No man comes unto the Father but by me. If ye had known me, you should have known my Father also, and from henceforth you do know him and have seen him. And Philip said unto him, Adonai, show us the Father, that it suffices us. Now you can read this in any gospel you want to pull out. Pull out your ESV, your NIV, your NKJV, your KJV, whatever you want to read. You're going to read verse 9 that says, Yahusha said unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet you have not yet known me, Philip? He that has seen me has seen the Father. Now, if you don't like that scripture, well, then you're going to have a problem with all of your New Testament, whatever edition you may be holding on to. But that's what's written. As for the tares, it is written, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears. And they shall turn away from their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables and other YouTube channels. Knowledge will increase, and people will run to and fro, right? And people are going to and fro. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen a map of all the jets in the air at any time given the day, a normal day in the United States, right? There's air traffic forever going on because people are going to and fro. But knowledge is increasing, and it's not only increasing, not only is information increasing, and they say that by next year, knowledge, the information database will be doubling every 10 hours. I mean, that's just a remarkable amount of information. But in the meantime, not only is that information doubling, and by the way, that information is just zeros and ones, right? There is no truth claim in there that can settle between the two of them. But disinformation is also doubling. So with that, I'm going to leave you with one last phrase here, one last slide that talks about the wheat and the tares. And we're going to talk about this when we talk about what are we called to do, right? Well, let's hear what it says. Wherewith shall I come before Yahweh and bow myself before the high Elohim? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings? With calves that are a year old? Will Yahweh be pleased with thousands of rams? Or how about with 10,000 rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my own body for the sin of my soul? He has showed you, O man, what is good and what Yahweh requires of you, but to do justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your Elohim. Yahweh's voice cries unto the city, and the man of wisdom shall see your name. Hear ye the rod, and who has appointed it. So when we're talking about having ears that hear and understand, again, the word there is yada. Yada is da'at, knowledge of Yah. Yada, the knowledge of Yah. Yada, the knowledge of Yah. And with a man of wisdom shall see your name. And by the disclosure of the name and by the breathing of the name into your nostrils and the breathing of the name back in declaration to him, the circle of life is completed. The circle of life is completed, and you shall see the name and understand the name. And once we see the name and understand the name, it's funny how when we publish the names, when we publish the sacred names, suddenly the history of the tribes all over the world was immediately revealed because they have been calling out to him for time immemorial. See his name and understand it. What is the mystery of the kingdom? It is found in the name Yod-He-Vav-He. Behold the nail, behold the hand, behold the nailed hand. Talking about these precarious times in which we live. And in particular, talking about the fact that there is no truth anymore, right? We know that there's censorship that's going on the net all the time based upon political criteria. We have determined that this is politically correct and this is politically incorrect. There are blasphemy laws that are being passed throughout the world. There are demands that you not say this ever in public. Speech has been limited. The First Amendment is compromised. The marketplace of ideas is shut down. And instead what is happening is a politically correct dialogue that you are required to follow. But, with this politically corrected agenda that's now being fomented on the whole of the earth comes this demand of acquiescence to a new morality. And it's going to be proclaimed as a worldwide morality, and a morality that fundamentally denies the Word who tabernacled among us. And those who continue to hold to these ideas, that I have the knowledge of the Father and the Son whom he sent, and that this is a critical part, the foundation, if you will, of my epistemology of how I think and how I understand the world. And I am going to be accused of being criminally insane. I will be accused of being, a whack job or whatever, while people say this person should be isolated and told to shut up and do not be allowed to pass that idea on from generation to generation. That instead, those who build their foundation on sexual functionality and scatological discharge should be the ones defining the world in which everyone lives. And this is where we're going because, of course, night is called day, day is called night, evil is called good, good is called evil. We have arrived at that time that Yeshayahu discusses. That he said we would get to this time. We've gotten to that time. We've come to a very precarious time where the evil among us are being selected as those who will be the moral arbiters for the whole world. And as a consequence, I'm pretty upset about it, but I know this. I'm not going to be able to change a tare into wheat. It's not going to happen. And so what I want to spend my time doing is making sure that the wheat that is planted grows into the harvest to see the Son of Man. And so this is where we're headed.